Welcome back one and all to the FM LLaMa. This is the state of play. We have only gone and amassed a 17-point lead at the top of the Polish second division, a feat that was unthinkable when we took over at Strawberry Glogov, just 20 months ago. Today we go into a fixture against Sandecker. If we win this game, then we will be confirmed as champions with 5 games of the regular season remaining. However, if we lose it, then it might just be the start of the greatest bottle job in the history of Football Manager. So today is make or break. It could be open-top buses, meetings with the mayor at the town hall, and parades in front of dozens of Shrubbery faithful, or it could be the beginning of that terrible, slippery slope to heartbreak. So surely, not even Tonton Lama Makoko can blow a 17-point lead with just 6 games of the regular season remaining. Here's how we've been doing since the last episode, where we achieved, a lifetime goal, ticked off the bucket list really, in beating GKS Tichy. We followed it up with a 2-2 draw against Olympia Grudziądz, and we took a 2-0 lead and conspired to throw it away in the last 5 or 6 minutes of this fixture. The teacups were flying around the Shangri-La at the end of this game, giving away such weak, tepid goals to the opposition. Even when at 2-1 we went defensive to try and hold on for the victory, they've managed to race through in the 95th minute and slot home past a stranded Shromnik. So in the dressing room afterwards, we unleashed absolute Llamageddon on the players. We dragged them in for training the next day. They did a double endurance session, and to their credit, they recovered. So in our next fixture against GKS Dradzebzi, we managed to win 2-0. It took until the 91st minute and our Michael Pavlik effort to make it comfortable, but a clean sheet and another goal from Donovan's favourite Jagiello, as well as the Pavlik strike, meant that we got back to winning ways. So, to today's game against Sandecker. Themselves no mugs, they need a win to try and push for a playoff position in this Polish second division table. We have almost a fully fit squad, just a long-term injury to young Jakub Wojcik. The only player that's missing for Shrubbery today means that we are going into this, the most important of fixtures, with now our regular back four. Sorry to Ratishak, but he's not going to finish the season in the team. We are going to be playing Husek instead, with Conrado, the Cooch and Vengranak in that back line. Jagiello on the left, Banashevsky on the right, and then Mandris and Drevniak doing very little more than plugging gaps in that midfield with Musa, and we are going to continue with Denis Smolarek. So in order to inject a little bit more challenge into the end of the season, we're essentially going to be trying to play with 10 men, because Smolarek is no sort of player at all. So it says that Sandecker are in inconsistent form. Our form is looking reasonable, but we know that we can ship goals. By the way, we do have a new addition to the sub-bench today. Monica and Bill's little boy Bartosz has come through the Shrubbery youth system, and he has gaps, let's be honest, but hey, at 16 years old and already sporting a beard like that, this guy could grow up into a player, so we're going to pop him onto the bench for today's game, and who knows, if we can seal a title victory today, this young rascal might even get some playing time between now and the end of the season. Always difficult to do the team talks when you could achieve promotion, but Let's go with it without putting too much pressure on them. It's worked. It's gone green on the screen like you've never seen before. Let's hope that G's these boys up against Sandecker. So, home game in front of, hundreds of the Shrubbery faithful. Who knows, we might even break 1,000 fans for this. We need a win like we've never needed one before. The Mooser went close in the opening stages, but the assistant referee had his arm in the air and waving it around like he just didn't care. So, okay, deprived us of a strong start. 20 minutes, we've not had a shot yet. The boys seem composed. They're not anxious and nervous, but they've not done much in the opening stages, and dag nabbit, wouldn't you know, they have gone and scored. Okay, let's have a look at the latest scores as well, because Zaglebi are in action. We just need to try and better whatever Zaglebi do today, or if we win, it doesn't even matter if Zaglebi do the same. So I guess doing a bit of maths on the fly, even a draw might do it for us. Let's get rid of these match stats. In fact, let's get rid of the overview. Nobody cares about that. Let's try and get the league table up on screen. So going a goal behind leaves us 16 points clear with 15 points to play for. Okay, so Zaglebi have got to do something in their game. Otherwise, we can go and lose this fixture. But we don't want to go down without a whimper, but we're looking at getting to half-time without a shot of note to look for. Okay, well, this simply will not do. We're going to pull on the full aggressive. You don't even look like you want to win. How is Smolarek playing? Because maybe we can't play this fixture with 10 men after all. He's playing better than the Moose, which is interesting. We've got to try and make a little change here, though, haven't we? Goodness me. This was not the performance that we were hoping to put up. If the Mayor of Shrubbery is watching, goodness me, that freedom of the city is going to be withdrawn. Okay, could this be our chance? Jagiello onto the Moose. Banaszewski. Oh, you lovely, lovely young Polish gentleman. Banaszewski, cartwheels, 1-1. Goodness me, have they just started engraving Shrubbery Glogov onto the championship trophy? He is risen like a gazelle at that far post. You may well applaud yourself, young man. Okay, do we need to make any changes? 60 minutes on the clock. Well, we've come back into it a little bit. Let's just let it settle for a moment. Jagiello's not playing great. In fact, we've spotted that Mandris is having one of his worst games, and Drevniak's chipping in with a 6.2 as well. It's time for Pavlik. Mandris has got a long throw on him, but since we successfully trained him in the long, flat bullet throw, he's gone to pieces. That was perhaps the worst move we've made, so that's no longer a weapon for us. We can take him off when he's pulling 6.1s. See if we can get Pavlik on to do something instead. Oh my goodness, Banaszewski. God, we sent out the SOS at half-time, and who answered the call? Maximilian Banaszewski. Jagiello gets tackled. Conrado slings in a deep cross, and that is a cheeky rising half volley. You throw those arms wide open and top it with a forward roll, young man. God, we have got Drevniak playing a terrible game. We are going to bring on the Bartman in his place in midfield. Let's throw a 16-year-old on for his debut in the final 10 minutes, safe in the knowledge that you cannot be performing any worse in this game than supposedly our best and most important player. Let's see what the Bartman's got to offer. Schromnick's finishing the season strong. Look at him getting down like a young Neville Southall to nurdle that one round the post. All we could do with seeing this home, boys, now, couldn't we? So, Banaszewski's on the break. We're dropping it to balanced. There's nobody in there. It's immaterial. He gets tackled anyway. Cool, do we? Okay, we've got another highlight. Wengereck to Banaszewski. Slings one in, and there is Smolarek. Thank you very much, young man. It's pretty much as good as you're capable of. Okay, let's get these rascals back down. Let's drop them to support. We are not concerned about stretching our lead at all. We are after 3 points. So drop those fullbacks to defend as well. We'll keep everything else as it is. Although we might just pop a little bit of time wasting on there as well. Hide any spare balls in the stadium. Okay, for our last substitution, just to waste a little bit of time, we'll bring Wesierski on for the Moose, we will. And then see whether we can get to full time and see whether that magical ticker tape starts to fall as the boys are crowned the champions of Poland, second division, asterisk. There is Tonton. He's given a section of the podium to himself. He applauds the boys and then gets the trophy to parade around in front of the dozens of fans that have stayed behind at the final whistle. That is not the worst episode that we have put together. A club that was bottom of the Polish second division when we arrived. We have now become, I think, national hero might be a little bit strong, but we have secured the championship for Shrewsbury Glogov, already the highest finish of their history. And now we are taking them into the Polish Ekstraklasa for next season. We have got the Moose as the second top scorer and the highest average rating in the league. And we have secured the title with, 5 games to go. Honestly, that was unexpected because most of our previous FM saves have been mediocre, to put it kindly. So thank you to the good folk of the Polish second division for giving us what seems to have been a slightly more forgiving division for us to cut our managerial teeth in. I think what we're going to do is we will return for the final game of the season against Puszcza, where we will be celebrating the title victory and making some decisions about where our career goes next. Thank you to everybody who's watching, everybody that's subscribing, heroes one and all, and we will see you soon for some more Borders adventures.